I'm tired of living in a society that thrives off of perpetuating people's insecurities. I recognise that I'm just another geezer coming online and saying capitalism is bad, but it's incredibly concerning and deeply dystopian that every major influence in all of our lives is almost inherently designed to make us hate ourselves. I, like many other people, deplete my brain cells by spending hours every day on Instagram scrolling. Now, can someone tell me why my feed is flooded with traditionally attractive women reminding me to look down on myself? Why has making ordinary people feel like shit become completely acceptable and commonplace as just another tool to increase profit? I'll come out and say it. I'm a member of the Itty Bitty City Committee, and I've had a pretty rough time with that throughout my early teenage years. Currently, I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I don't care how I look. And I'm not honestly all that bothered with the shape of my body. But that's not the norm. Young women and girls are taught, almost from birth, to be their own harshest critic. To be their own harshest critic. To count calories and never be happy because they could always be smaller. Or could always have the body of the Victoria's Secret model, who's been airbrushed to the point of being unrecognisable and took countless supplements, maybe even underwent surgery to look the way she did that day for that photo shoot. That woman who society will always compare them to. I'm disturbed by the sheer number of adverts all over my feed, desperately trying to convince people that their boobs must look a certain way to be beautiful. I've always believed that bras should be comfortable and should fit well under a variety of clothing before ever looking nice themselves. And any so-called bonus features should be secondary to the main functionality of adding support. That's what a bra is for. But bra adverts these days seem like they only care to tell you that you should buy their bra because your body will only be brilliant if it looks like something it's not, and they will let you achieve that. I'm so tired of my usual funny bird videos and weird memes being replaced by women who've been paid to tell me and millions of others that a push-up bra changed their life. And shapewear. I understand that many people feel insecure about their bodies, and I never want to undermine that. But the only valid reason I can see for shapewear is if, for whatever reason, your body without it causes physical pain. Otherwise, why don't we encourage designers to make interesting clothes which highlight your favorite features and make you feel gorgeous when you step outside just for being you? There will always, unfortunately, be a lot of people who don't like their bodies. But that number will only increase if we teach people that they are only allowed to be one shape. And if they aren't showed, and that if they aren't, they should wear suffocating restraints to change it. If you feel more comfortable wearing body morphing underwear, then I want to be happy for you. But I'm worried about the next generation of young girls who will save up their pocket money to buy lingerie because the internet has told them that their natural body without it is unworthy of love. Truly, how in the year 2026 do people still think it's acceptable and okay to go online and tell the masses they only feel pretty after changing their appearance? When are we finally when are we finally going to unanimously encourage people to like themselves for who they are and to value their personality more than their prettiness? It's another costume change. I wanted to look like a mannequin, so I went with the clothes that I had that most closely resembled what mannequins normally were. I just look like a wannabe Dana Scully mixed with that one guy of The Matrix. I haven't seen The Matrix, but I know he wears sunglasses in a trench coat. Oh, yeah. I actually went as Dana Scully for Halloween last year. Anyway, fashion is the same. Like, even sites and retailers that I like and that I regularly visit to indulge my financial irresponsibility seem to think that they won't be able to sell clothes if they advertise anything other than this as supermodels who starve themselves just to be allowed to strut their stuff up and down the stages are wearing. Why can't we advertise all the different sizes? Why are the mannequins in almost every store the so-called average size? Why don't companies want to show off how well their clothes fit every different body? I'll admit, I'm naturally thin, so I'm fortunate enough to not really struggle to find clothes that are the right width for me. But I am 4'11", and it can be almost impossible for me to find anything of the right length. And we've all collectively agreed, as a society, that it's wrong to encourage people to be so incredibly unhealthily thin, to the point that the smallest sizes are becoming unbelievably uncommon in the vast majority of stores. But they still can't cater to everyone. Short people like me, exist, and it shouldn't be impossible for us to find clothes that fit. Plus size shops exist, as they should, but why don't petite shops exist? Why aren't there shops that specifically sell short pants and small shoes? Why is it politically correct to pretend that people like me don't exist? We're real people with real bodies, and we need clothes just as much as anyone else. And plus size shops aren't off the hook just yet. Why are their mannequins so small? Yes, they're larger than most mannequins, probably far closer to the actual human average. But they aren't plus sized. Why do I walk past shop windows like "Love yours" and "How nice is that?" where there are maybe 6 mannequins, all the same size, which is barely larger than the size of the mannequins of any other shop? Even these stores that are supposedly inclusive are implicitly signaling to anyone who sees them that it's wrong to be bigger and that you should be ashamed of your body if it does not look a certain way. That's not right. We generally understand that it's not okay to walk up to a stranger on the street and tell them they're ugly. So, what, honestly, is the difference between that, that stranger, and the celebrity being harassed every day for their appearance? In particular, why are child stars, especially women, shamed for growing up and looking like adults? At what point is it considered pedophilic if you only find people attractive when they look like literal children? Famous people are always going to be criticized, whether it's valid or not, but it needs to stop being acceptable to just insult people's faces and bodies because you don't like their music, or they were in a bad film, or they just rub you the wrong way. Or even if they're not actually a nice person. Appearance is never a genuine critique. And if someone truly needs to be taken down a peg, we should be saying something meaningful about their morals, not their mass or their makeup. And when will the world truly learn that everybody is a bikini body? If you can go to the beach in a bikini without posing a serious risk to your health, you have a bikini body. The only factor that should be that should determine whether or not you can wear a bikini should be whether you feel comfortable wearing it. And factor 50, because you should all protect your skin. Please take care of yourselves. Even in a serious video, I'm making stupid jokes. But why do we have to pretend that it's wrong to wear a bikini if you're not so-called traditionally attractive? Why every year do I see hundreds of videos of women saying, "Hey guys, does this bikini look okay on me? I've lost a little bit of weight." If you want to wear a bikini, wear the fucking bikini. If you have like 3 and you want to post, hey guys, I went to the beach once this year, which is the best one, by all means, do that. Get the public's opinion because you want to slay, you want to feel your best. But why should anyone have to ask permission to wear what they want to wear? So many creators are doing an amazing job and taking important steps in the right direction, telling people to love themselves and love their bodies, but it isn't enough. There are adverts all over my feed recommending that I download this app and start this fitness course or program or join a gym or start a flash diet all to get a beach ready body. As if that's even a real thing. I completely encourage getting fit, but do it for your health rather than your appearance. Why is the industry so intent on convincing people that the best reason to improve your health is to look sexy? It's pathetic and it's dangerous. It's no influencer's fault, not even the ones who shame bigger bodies. They only feel comfortable to do that because the industry has told them it's okay. The problem is the CEOs who know that what they're doing is wrong, but won't stop because fear-mongering sells. Convincing people that their products are the gateway to love, happiness, and social acceptance is profitable, and making sure you're still not happy after you've paid them keeps you coming back. Destroying yourself so they can buy another yacht, or mansion, or big fancy desk, whatever it may be. They just want to profit off of your own self-loathing. Self-loathing. They just want to profit off of your own self-loathing. That was really difficult. Imagine just being a piece of bread. Even in a serious video like this, I can't take myself seriously, but hey. This is what you sign up for when you click on one of my videos. I know I'm not the perfect person to share this. I'll never know what it's like to be bullied for being too big. I mean, I have a restrictive eating disorder, for fuck's sake. And I've been bullied for that. But it will never be the same because while people may have pointed and laughed, I went home and I saw 5 identical adverts from completely different companies every single day telling me to buy the miracle drug because it will give me the perfect body. And then they'd show a body that looked exactly like mine. A body that was not healthy, let's be clear. Teenagers are mean, and they bully you for weakness, but in reality, there is a certain privilege that will always come with being skinny, regardless of whether that's right or not. However, no matter how I look, I still think it's vital for every single person, regardless of weight or gender or appearance, to make a stand. I don't have a solution. I can tell you that I'm angry, I can tell you this is wrong, but companies will continue to profit off of your insecurities until it becomes unprofitable. The more that do, the more that will. Accepting that that's just how it is encourages them not to change, but admitting that it's wrong, sometimes even dangerous, doesn't seem to make a difference either. All I can say is that your value never was and never will be determined by how you look. So don't let corporations drag you down for profit. Wear what makes you comfortable, whatever that is, regardless of what other people think, and eventually companies will realise that they can fuck right off if they think they're going to fund their happiness by making others miserable. Thank you for your time, thank you for watching. Love yourself despite capitalism, and spread positivity as much as you can. Have a great day or night, and I hope to see you again soon. Love you guys. Bye.